This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is March 2nd, 2023, and we are performing a video sewer inspection on the right-hand side of the house. It is just to the right of the front door, about 15 feet in the planter area up against the house. And we're going to run out to the city sewer, and then we're going to run through another one on the left-hand side of the house. It appears that we have a split system. So we're going to, and we are at 17615 McCormick St, Encino, California, 91316. And we're going to zero out our camera monitor right here and run through our 4-inch ABS plastic mainline sewer cleanout. Going to begin running through. And we do have ABS plastic pipe and fittings. We have a little debris in there. A little bit of a turn. These are all ABS plastic pipe and fittings. So far they appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. Don't see any breaks or cracks or root intrusions or anything else at this point. Running out toward the street or toward the ABS plastic sewer cleanout riser in the front yard area on the street side of the grass. Running out toward that clean out. Coming upon another turn. Going to drop and turn in. Kind of hard to see the turn, but the camera went right through. Pushing our camera out. Okay, and we're going to be making another little turn again. A little offset in the plastic fitting right there. Kind of difficult to make that turn. Okay, we got around the turn, and there's our clean out. I'm going to pause for 1 minute and take a quick look. Okay, we located this area, and we are right behind the ABS plastic riser for the clean out in the grass area. So we're going to continue to push in. We are at about 5 feet 10 inches deep. Continue to push our camera out toward the street. Now we're going to make another little turn, and then another turn. We're going to transition to our vitreous clay lateral. This is our 6-inch right there. That's our 4-inch by 6-inch city lateral transition. We're going to locate this area real quick. Okay, we located the area, the transition from the ABS plastic to vitreous clay is on the opposite side of the tree where the clean out is, next to the white rock at 5 feet 11 inches deep. And we're going to continue to run out now, run out toward the street. Got some water running, kind of difficult to see, but take a look on the way back. There's a vitreous clay joint. kind of difficult to push, going through several turns. Get some water running?
You got water running, don't you?
Well, just light. You want to get more water?
How much further out are we?
Now we're 68 feet. We got a ways to go. Probably got another 10 feet. Oh man.
Run some water.
Okay, we're going to pause for a moment. We're going to run some water. Okay, we're going to continue running out now. We got some water running. Another joint. Coming up to another joint. Want to push? Hey, take it for a minute. Take a break. Keep an eye on it. I don't know. See if I can get it wet. Okay. Another joint.
We're coming up on a turn. There's a joint right there. There's your saddle fitting.
This saddle.
Push in.
Huh?
Push drop in.
No, it didn't push in.
Do you want me to push it?
Yeah, if you can't, it's creeping up on it. Almost there. Right there. Stop. And that is the city sewer tie-in connection. 83 feet. Now pause for a moment. Okay, that is the edge of our saddle, city sewer saddle fitting. And that's a tie-in connection to the city sewer. Going to pull back slowly. Take a look at the vitreous clay joints. We looked at all the ABS plastic joints on the way out. We had a difficult time trying to get into the vitreous clay, get all the way to the city sewer. Got a fairly large offset right there at the city sewer saddle connection. You can see the entire face of the pipe on the right hand side. That means that saddle fitting is shifted probably about 1.5 inches or so, because that should be recessed back behind that other piece of pipe. More than likely going to need to install a CIPP cured in place piping top hat liner to secure that saddle. Going to continue to pull back. We'll see what the rest of it looks like, and then we'll make a determination. But that saddle fitting is offset quite a bit. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. A 6-inch vitreous clay from what we can see. That's standard lateral, especially in this area. Have another joint. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition as well. Pulling back toward our 4-inch ABS plastic to 6-inch vitreous clay transition. by the property line. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Continue to pull back. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition as well. A little bit of water running here. And that is our 4-inch to 6-inch lateral transition. 4-inch ABS plastic to 6-inch vitreous clay transition. So now we're going to continue just to pull back. We've already looked at all the joints and all the piping in the ABS plastic line. Then we're going to relocate our camera to the left-hand side of the door as you're facing the house from the street. And there's another 3-inch ABS plastic clean out we're going to run through and take a look at that line. Got a lot of sewer gases in that area. It's kind of cloudy, you can see them swirling in the air. That is why you have P-traps built into the toilets and P-traps under sinks and such to keep the sewer gases out of the house because they are toxic. I'm going to continue pulling back, make some turns. Coming back toward our 4-inch ABS plastic mainline sewer cleanout. We're pulling up and out of our cleanout, and we'll pause for a moment and relocate our equipment. Okay, we relocated our camera equipment, and we are on the left-hand side of the front door now. We're about 20 feet, 25 feet to the left of the front door, and we have a 3-inch ABS plastic mainline sewer cleanout. We're going to insert our camera. We're going to zero out right at the opening. I know. Zero out camera, and we're going to insert our camera into the line. Appears that we have, it looks like some cast iron, have a little tiny bit of root intrusion here, and looks like we transitioned possibly to vitreous clay. We're going to run in. We do have vitreous clay. Hold on, pull back a little bit, Steve. Pull back. One back some more. Right there. I don't think there's a crack. It's just debris. Looks like we have some debris in the line. We're going to continue to push out. Yeah. Going to continue to push out. This is vitreous clay. And got a fairly steep drop in the vitreous clay. The camera was kind of dangling a little bit. We have a slight crack right at the face of that pipe. That is right on the house side of the driveway, or just at the edge of the driveway. You got a turn at the bottom coming into the vitreous clay. There appears to be a T. Making the turn. A little bit of root intrusion. Looks like in that joint we were actually pushing it. There's a tiny bit of root intrusion in that joint. Continue to push in. Pull back a little bit. Pull back. Okay. We're going to continue to push in. Another vitreous clay joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Another joint. Appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Looks like this line may have been cleaned. I see some real bright spots in the vitreous clay, and that's generally from hydrojetting. We may have had quite a bit of root intrusion. We had some root intrusion in this joint, and it was cleaned back to that joint. Looks like we have a little bit of a crack. Go back a little. Looks like we have a little bit of a crack right inside the face of that vitreous clay joint. We're at 16 feet 11 inches on the camera monitor. We're going to continue to push out. We'll take a look at the rest of the line and we'll locate that area. Coming up to another joint, we had considerable amount of root intrusion in this joint before it was cleaned. And it looks like there's a crack on the face of that at the hub, part of the piping. There's a crack in that joint. Going to continue to push out. Now we're transitioning to ABS plastic. We're going to pause and locate this area. Okay, we located this area on the grass side of the driveway, in between the driveway and a tree, and we marked it with a white flag. And we are at approximately 6 feet deep. Going to continue to push out now. We are in ABS plastic. Making some turns. Joints are offset a tiny bit in the couplings. They may have been Fernco couplings, may not be real stout to hold the piping aligned tightly as it should be. Going to continue to push out. We're just going to push out until we hit our Y fitting, our Y transition from the other side, just to check and see what this side of the line looks like. We do have some issues in the vitreous clay. Some more joints, making some turns. And that was our Y transition coming from the left-hand side of the house. And we already saw all of the piping in front of us. So we're going to go ahead and stop here. We're going to pull our camera back out. And begin pulling our camera back out. Coming back toward our ABS plastic mainline cleanout, 3-inch ABS plastic mainline cleanout. That is our vitreous clay. We already looked at all these joints. This line has been cleaned. It appears that it had quite a bit of root intrusion. It does have some cracks in the vitreous clay joints. And we would recommend replacing this section out to the opposite side of the driveway. And that can be pulled trenchlessly so that it didn't have to disturb the driveway. And we're going to pause now. That concludes our video sewer inspection from the front of the house on both sides. We're going to take a look possibly at the back. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're in the backyard. Off to the side of the pool, and we do have an ABS plastic standpipe behind a white rock out here. The buyer would like to know where it goes, and we're going to take a look. So we're going to zero out our camera monitor right at the opening, and we're going to begin running through. Pretty deep. Can't see exactly where it goes. We got something down inside there. Tree roots. We have very large tree roots down inside here. And it looks like we might be going into a tank. We're not going into piping that I can see. And it just dropped. It dropped. We're going to pull this out real quick. I believe that's just going down into a tank possibly, or just into the ground. Pull our camera out. We got mud all over our camera, I believe. Gonna wipe the camera lens off again. We're just gonna run back down inside here one more time. Drop it down slowly. And again, as I said, we have a lot of roots. It opens up to what looks like a tank. There's large roots. And that looks like the bottom of our tank, where it's got a lot of mud in it. This may have been the riser for an old septic tank, possibly, for a cesspool system. We can't see any inlets, but difficult to tell too. Do have some very, very large roots right there. But this line doesn't go anywhere. As I said, there's a tank of some sort down there, is what it appears. Looks like concrete walls from what I can see. Then we drop right into heavy muck or mud. I'm gonna pause for a moment. Okay, we're running through the drains around the pool. There's 3 drains, one by the fire pit and 2 other drains in front of the pool between the house. We're going to continue to try and run out toward the left-hand side of the house as you're facing the house from the street or the tennis court area, basketball area, excuse me. Got water running. Just trying to push out, and then we'll see where we can go to, see how far we can get. Hitting up against a turn, probably hitting a T, it looks like, from what we can see. Huh?
Shut the water down.
I don't know that we can get out any further. Try and see where we're at. Huh?
I'll locate it.
Yeah. Turn on.
We're going to pause and locate.
And that will complete our sewer inspection and our drain line inspection in the backyard. There is a tank. We don't know exactly where it goes to. We're trying to find out. It may just be an old septic system that catches water from the area drains and disperses it through a leach field. Thank you.